How do I podcast without you?
Probably easier than you do with me over Zoom.
How would I ever... Hi.
Hi.
I got it.
Yeah.
How's your day been?
Oh.
Listener, not Brian. Listener.
Oh.
Good. How about yours, Brian?
Oh, well, Max is licking the bowl over there.
Doorknobs?
So
Licking
that's cool.
doorknobs on other planets. That's illegal.
Oh. Hey, Max, can you... Max, do you mind? That's not even yours.
That's not even legal.
That's not even legal.
He doesn't give a shit about the law.
Jamie, to answer your question, I'm doing fine. How are you? How was your day?
I'm doing fine.
You know what I'm doing tomorrow?
Whoa, do I want to know?
I mean, it's not that exciting.
Oh, what is it?
I'm going to get boosted.
Ooh.
Because everyone's getting sick, and I'm like, it's that time.
That's something I should do, too, for that same reason. I just realized I think I don't have any of the effects on, and now I do. Now I sound much better.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
So anyone that was listening to the podcast prior to this was like, oh, man, James sounds bad. And now he sounds chocolatey sexy.
You sound...
What
kind of chocolate, Jamie?
High pee-pee, poo-poo, sexy bitch, whatever we were writing in the Google Doc to each other before we started recording.
I feel like that shouldn't be allowed.
Oh.
Just Google Docs in general. But like also the ability for two people to be on a document typing over each other at the same time.
Definitely like horror stories I've heard of. Like I didn't have to experience being in high school during the pandemic where just everything was digital over Zoom, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I've heard the stories of like, here I am writing my essay and the teacher is in the doc. What do I do? And then just writing like, hello, ma'am. And then she disappears. Like just watching you write that's so, I don't know, intrusive, bad. Don't do that. If you're a teacher, don't do that.
Yeah. Is that something teachers were doing?
I guess. I don't know. But even whenever like Ted and Maddie and I write scripts and stuff, if one of them is in there while I'm writing the script, I just kind of sit there like, no. Like, come back. Come back later when I'm done. When I want you to see this. And Adam is the worst about it, though. He will sit in, like, he'll be like, you need to leave me notes on the latest whatever music. And I'll go in there and I'll be writing stuff and he'll just into the corner and I'm like, no. I'm not done yet. And I'll write stuff like we were writing where I'm just like, asshole, tits, asshole. And just over and over until he like gets the hint and leaves. Like, don't look what I'm writing. It's not fair.
Oh my God.
Hi everybody. This is Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
Nailed another intro.
What we do. I know. It's so pre-planned and thought out and good and nice.
We definitely are good at this. So what are we doing? What?
We watched through the entire DC animated universe from start to finish in the controversial air date order.
Whoa.
To experience the shows the way children of the 90s experienced them. Brian here has never seen any of the DCAU besides the 41, 42 episodes that we've watched so far. It's got to be a better way to say that. Brian has only seen 42 episodes out of, I should find out the total number, but I think we did that in episode like 6 or 7 or something. And you kept a tally and then deleted it immediately.
That didn't happen.
Oh, okay. Today we're watching his Silicon Soul, Batman the Animated Series, which you accurately, quickly predicted with my help that it was a H.A.R.B.A.C. episode.
Yeah.
H.A.R.B.A.C.'s back after like 2 episodes in between.
We should just call him H.A.R.B.A.C.
H.A.R.B.A.C. That is a much better name for this episode. That's the name of the podcast episode already. I think we don't need to think of it.
Nice. Good, we got that out of the way.
Yeah. Whew. We can just stop the podcast now. We didn't come up with anything during Joker's Wild, and I was just listening for like what would make a good thing, and I totally forgot to write anything down as I was editing also. So I was like, oh no, I have to listen back through chunks and find some. No, I just do the Serengnal Joker Nasile because obviously, like that's what it's got to be. It was
Obviously,
destiny.
I was kind of questioning that, and I was just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it should be. This was the 60th episode produced.
Uh-oh.
His Silicon Soul, and the 43rd episode to air. A little wide of a range there. I wonder if they're like, we need H.A.R.B.A.C.K immediately. He did so. Maybe the ratings were really fucking good for that episode or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe they were just like, H.A.R.B.A.C is where it's at.
H.A.R.B.A.C.
H.A.R.B.A.C?
H.A.R.B.A.C.
H.A.R.B.A.C?
No. I don't think so.
Not as good.
This aired Friday, November 20th, 1992.
On Fox.
No skip days. Fox, 4:30 p.m. So it was written by Marty Eisenberg and Robert N. Skier, who will go on to write other episodes but have not written any previous to this.
Was this in air date order, or did they write like episode 50?
Good question. Who knows? I don't. I didn't write it down. This was directed by Boyd Kirkland. It's Never Too Late, Joker's Favor, Pretty Poison, Nothing to Fear, Appointment in Crime Alley, The Forgotten, Perchance to Dream, Beware the Grey Ghost, Cat Scratch Fever, I Am the Night, Terror in the Sky, Joker's Wild.
That's too many.
Too many. Stop directing. Stop it! Well, actually, he's dead, so.
Oh, well, I guess you got your wish, Jamie.
Yeah, I inserted my own comment to the time stream, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill Boyd Kirkland, but I did. This is not an admission to the murder of Boyd Kirkland. NSA listening to the podcast.
Oh, man, we got the NSA listening now?
Music by Harvey Cohen and Carl Johnson. The Harvey Cohen wrote, or was, so, okay.
Okay.
I can't go back and look ever at, like, the DCAU wiki will list episodes that are, like, a director will have a page and it'll list all the episodes they directed. They don't have pages for the composers for whatever reason. So I have to go on IMDb and look at, like, episodes they're a part of. But it always lists them as, like, music department. So I don't know if that means they actually wrote the music for the following episodes or were just, like, part of the journey, you know? It's not the destination.
They were consultants.
Yeah. Cat in the Claw parts 1 through 2. Through 2. On don't part 1.5 in the middle there. On Leather Wings, Heart of Ice, Feet of Clay parts 1 through 2. Joker's Favor, Pretty Poison, Nothing to Fear, Mad as a Hatter, Cat Scratch Fever. And Carl Johnson was Feet of Clay part 1, Beware the Grey Ghost, and Heart of Steel part 2.
Oh.
H.A.R. previous. H.A.R. H.A.R. origin. What's a backword? Rhymes with back, but is there presently. H.A.R. Write in the comments.
No.
H.A.R. No. Animation by Dong Yang. With layout by Spectrum.
Oh, another one of those.
They animated Joker's Favor, Nothing to Fear, Appointment in Crime Alley, Eternal Youth, Two-Pace Part 2, I've Got Batman in My Basement, The Forgotten, The Cape and Cow Conspiracy, Perchance to Dream, Night of the Ninja, Tiger, Almost Got Him, and Terror in the Sky. I did highlight in red the overlapping episodes that all of these people worked on together. So that perhaps you could get an idea of what to expect from this episode. So Joker's Favor and Nothing to Fear are the two episodes that everybody except the writers worked on.
Okay.
So I don't know if that really helps you at all.
So what it's going to be like as an experience, but without the story involved.
It'll be quite the visual and audible adventure, but I don't know what everyone's just talking gibberish the whole time. These people have never written anything in their lives. Batman.
Well, at least it's going to be a fun time.
Are you ready to watch it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think his soul is literally made of silicon?
Like the bottom of his shoes?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, he's not walking anywhere. It might as well just be like something that's going to be long lasting and shock absorbing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Silicone shoe bottoms.
Yes. Cool.
Warning. Memory error detected. Reconfiguring mnemonic files.
What are you doing to me?
A learning program designed to complete your memory files and help you better fulfill your operating directives. Shortly before self-destruction, H.A.R.B.A.C. created one final duplicate, an advanced prototype with personal and technical information accessed from Batman's computer. You were that duplicate. But your memory systems were damaged before full activation occurred. The new circuit board contains H.A.R.B.A.C.'s core operational systems and memory. All duplicates were programmed to seek out this component in the event of H.A.R.B.A.C.'s destruction. Your memory systems have now been reconfigured.
Yes. I am fully operational now.
Excellent. You now house my command files. We are H.A.R.B.A.C. We will reactivate the plan to replace all humanity with duplicates.
We will begin the replacement process with Batman.
I knew what it meant. Fart. Do real farts next time.
Okay, I can fart a command. Totally, that's a thing.
You could just do the same thing you just did and say that you farted, and none of the listener will know the difference.
But that's a lie. And I'm Batman, and I can't lie.
Taken a life. Yeah. I chopped down a cherry tree.
His silicone teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
What happened here in this episode, Brian? You tell me what happened in your own words, and then I tell you the official synopsis. That's how the podcast goes.
All right, I'm going to synop your yop off. Are you ready for this?
Synopsis.
Nobody responded to that. Did you realize?
I didn't read the comments yet, so I don't know, but I believe it.
Well, I mean, wait a minute. Was that just... No, that was like 2 episodes ago?
And last episode.
Oh.
This is the 3rd episode in a row that we've made that same joke.
Sweet.
And that's what happens in his Silicon Soul.
Okay, his Silicon Soul. Here we go. Snopping at your yopping. Before getting blown up, H.A.R.B.A.C. made a absolutely super perfect Bruce Wayne, aka Batman duplicate.
Yeah.
Who decides that kind of in a crazy roundabout way that there should be only one Batman. And so they fight, and Batman's like, you gotta be like a not you gotta be not like hurting people and breaking stuff. And so he goes, yep, but you gotta go away because there can be only one Batman. And then and then he like fights him, and then they fight like over the edge of a cliff, and Batman goes and then H.A.R.B.A.C. Batman goes, fuck, I killed a dude. Now I'm gonna blow shit up. That's basically what happened.
And then he dies. Yeah.
And then he dies.
that is what happens. Yeah. That was pretty good. It's one of your best yet, I think. You're like losing your sanity during that one.
Fuck.
Now
I'm doing great.
I think this is the longest official synopsis we've had yet.
Wow. Are you going to play us some music?
I said last time that like, the robots didn't catch the robots. It's H.A.R.B.A.C. They didn't catch the music, but then last episode they did catch the music. Oh. I think it was too much music.
So we need
extra music. Can you give me the H.A.R.B.A.C. theme, the H.A.R.B.A.C. leitmotif upon the guitar? Okay. Here we go. Thieves break into a warehouse containing remnants of Cybertron's robotic machines and electronics. They are interrupted in their robbery by Batman, who bursts out of a crate and mops up the floor with 2 of the 3 thugs. The third fires a gun, point blank at Batman, only to discover, along with the astonished Dark Knight, that Batman is a robot when his electronic insides are exposed.
Wait. Can I interrupt you?
Uh-huh.
This is literally just going to be almost like word for word the whole plot, right?
Yeah. I'm like a tenth of the way into this. Yeah.
Okay, should I keep playing this?
Yeah. The robot Batman, believing himself to be the real McCoy and sorely confused, that's what the verbatim what it says, makes his way back to Wayne Manor, where Alfred accuses him of being one of Carl Rossum's duplicates. Alfred flees to the Batcave and tries to incapacitate the robot, but the robot knocks Alfred out instead. The robot learns from the Bat computer the present whereabouts of Carl Rossum on a farm outside Gotham City. Meanwhile, the real Batman learns that an impersonator is capturing criminals. He deduces that Rossum is somehow involved and confronts Rossum in his greenhouse. Rossum denies implication. I don't try to build life anymore. I just grow it.
Wait, it literally has quotes from the show.
Lines from the show. And Batman leaves. What?
I need different music. I don't want to play it the whole time.
We're almost halfway through. The robot Batman then shows up. Still believing he's really Batman, he tells Rossum that somehow his mind has been implanted in a robotic body. Rossum, initially astonished, convinces the robot that he is not human. The real Batman then shows up, and a battle between the 2 doppelgangers takes place, destroying the greenhouse. Wouldn't one of them be a doppelganger and the other would not be?
Yes.
Anyway, the robot. Batman goes to... That was one sentence. Batman goes to the GCPD impound yard and discovers a data chip containing the core memories of H.A.R.B.A.C.K, the artificial intelligence computer Rossum created. When the chip is inserted in the robot's head, H.A.R.B.A.C is reactivated. He explains that the robot Batman was a final duplicant created just before Cybertron was destroyed, as chronicled in Heart of Steel Part 1 and Part 2, but never activated. He assumes control of the robot in order to continue his plan to replace humanity with robot duplicants. The robot returns to the Batcave and uploads the H.A.R.B.A.C files to the computer, telling Alfred that in 5 minutes, H.A.R.B.A.C will have access to a global network of computers via modem. The real Batman shows up and a battle royale in the Batcave commences, ending with the real Batman falling into a chasm. The robot Batman believes he's taken a life and, filled with remorse, destroys the Batcomputer, incinerating himself in the process. Alfred rescues Batman from the pit, and they sadly regard the charred remains of the robot, who, like Batman, was willing to die to protect humanity.
What'd you sing?
I sang the Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum theme song. It's another podcast. It's not this one.
Hey, listen to podcasts wherever you podcast. You listen.
Podcast. That took about 5 minutes for me to read.
Yeah, I was just playing random stuff to the whole thing, kind of trying not to listen, but listening it very intently.
What a synopsis.
That was just they might as well have just given you the script to read.
Yeah, if we've made fun of them before for being too descriptive of everything that happens in the episode, don't even have to watch the episode.
That was literally using quotes from the episode.
Yeah. Yep. I really like the part where it says, the robot. Batman goes to the GC.
It's being so literal that it wanted to remind you that there's a robot there.
Yeah, the robot.
Robot.
You
capital
got it?
T robot.
Capital T robot. What do you think of the robot episode of Batman the Animated Series?
I liked it, actually.
It was pretty good.
I thought it was a good episode. It was really cinematic in it, and it was. I think a lot of times when I say cinematic, I think I'm referring to its storytelling, and sometimes the episodes are just kind of like, oh, thank you, Adobe Creative Cloud app for updating Lightroom.
Really, I've never noticed that about Batman the Animated Series before. That it the Adobe Creative Cloud.
Yeah, so a lot of the the episodes I think are kind of just you watch them and it's like a cartoon episode, and I don't want to sound like I'm talking down about this because I'm not, but sometimes it's just like it's just kind of like, oh, it's a cartoon, we watched an episode, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot to it. This had like a lot of substance, and I thought it was good.
I think it's also helpful that it's got like continuity ties to a previous thing. Like it feels bigger.
Yeah,
because it's like,
that's a
oh
good
yeah,
point.
I already know the H.A.R.B.A.C. story, and now this is an unseen chapter of that story. Instead of like, the Joker, I did another thing. I guess it doesn't matter what he did before or later. It's just the Joker doing a thing. Like,
yeah, and that's a big thing for me too. Is like, again, Over the Garden Wall being like my favorite cartoon ever. You know, like one like continuous storyline. You know, like for me that adds a lot, because then it isn't just. And again, standalone episodes are fine. Like I like Cowboy Bebop, but that's more or less all that is. It's standalone episodes.
Yeah, I guess Cowboy
there's
Bebop
themes,
has its
but
like suddenly Cowboy Bebop becomes this dark, like it was this bad guy from my past all along thing, while the rest of the episodes were like, the dog escaped, go catch the dog.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, but yeah,
It kind of does that in Trigun as well, doesn't it? Where you just sort of like, you know, there's like little things that tie together, and by the end you're like, oh my god, whoops, whoa, hey.
And that's the stuff that I really look forward to post Batman the animated series, because I mean, whenever we talk to someone that worked on this show and we bring up any sort of like timeline thing or whatever to do with this, they'll always sort of laugh it off, because it's like we weren't thinking about that at all during Batman. Like this is an example of like a rare occasion where they're like referencing something that already happened in a different episode, at least so far. Like we're going to start getting into a little bit more of those, but you know, everything up until now pretty much has been like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of other examples. Like I guess Barbara Gordon had been in one episode before she showed up in Heart of Steel, but it wasn't like, remember when your dad almost died?
Yeah.
Like it didn't call back to that or anything.
It seemed like it was more just like picking from a pool of previously created characters or something.
Although I guess that wouldn't have happened because that episode happens before the episode that it aired after, so never mind.
Wow.
But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I was very there were a lot of like Shakespearean kind of dealios going on with this H.A.R.B.A.C. episode. Like it bordered on being a little cheesy sometimes, like especially that I've taken a life, and like holds his hand up very dramatically for no reason, like no other reason other than just strike a pose like you would.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It wasn't like bad at all ever. It was just a lot of like new writers that we haven't had before, so it felt a little more mature maybe, like the H.A.R.B.A.C. Batman is he's only in this one episode, but he's memorable enough to where like there's action figures of him, there's statues of him, there's a pop figure of him. I think that's the only one I don't have from this show.
How many episodes is he in? Or maybe you can't tell me that.
What?
H.A.R.B.A.C. himself? Like how many episodes is he in?
I think that's it. I think we just finished the H.A.R.B.A.C. stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like themes, similar robot takeover world kind of other episodes, but I don't believe there's ever any more H.A.R.B.A.C.
But you don't get the like Minion Dalek kind of logo popping up on
yeah.
stuff.
When you compared him to a Minion last time, and I'm like, I guess I see it. And then in this, whenever you see a symbol showing up everywhere in this one, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a Minion with little bunny ears.
Sorry, buddy.
Whoopsie. Hey, the new Minions movie is out. Let's go check it out this weekend.
Do you want to get just super drunk and go dress up as Minions and go watch the movie?
It'll make Maddie mad because they want to see it with me. I should see it with Maddie. There's a thing happening right now where like separately and not in communication with each other, like dozens of like Gen Z aged guys went to the new Minions movie in suits, like tuxedo suits.
Okay.
To like as just like a joke, I guess. But it's now gotten out of hand to the point where like they're pulling screenings of the new Minions movie because people are just like invading the theater, and it's a whole mess of stupid memeing on the movie and stuff.
Wait. They're pulling showings of the movie because people are showing up excitedly for the movie?
Yeah, that's the part I don't get. The first time I heard of this was because there was a TikTok I watched that was like, we got kicked out of the movie theater, and it's just a bunch of kids in suits, and the like manager is coming in and we're going to call the police if you don't stop cheering at the movie and stuff. And I'm thinking like,
who cares?
How many movies people are legitimately doing that in and no one cares? Like, and these guys might be legitimately doing that the Minions movie. Who knows?
Yeah, but again, like if people are having fun showing up, and I know that like, you know, movie theaters are kind of in a dire situation these days.
Yeah.
You know, like, so what? Like, let people dress up.
Let's not show the movie. We don't want the money. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they should have shown up in emoji costumes like we did to the Emoji Movie. And by we, I mean me and not you.
That's true. I was behind the camera.
You were sober and holding an ancient cell phone that records at 10 frames per second.
Those were the days.
That was unfortunately recently.
Wow, was that like 2019, 2018?
17, I think. So maybe.
You were still in Big Bus.
I was still in Big Bus.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
So anyway, H.A.R.B.A.C.K and stuff. Yeah.
H.A.R.B.A.C.K and stuff.
I thought that the Two-Face voiced computer was going to have some more to do. Like, for some reason I remembered H.A.R.B.A.C.K starting to take over the computer, and then the Two-Face computer voice being like, you know, arguing with him or battling or over the control of the computer kind of a deal, like a cyberspace. Don't do the thing. No, I'm H.A.R.B.A.C, I'm doing the thing. Oh, no.
Like a tug of war?
Yeah.
A virtual tug of war.
Yeah. But I think my brain just combined this with Avengers Age of Ultron, where that same thing happens, but you haven't seen that movie, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
Spoilers.
Yeah, H.A.R.B.A.C and Richard Mole duke it out in Tony Stark's laboratory.
Bring it.
Yeah. Cast of this episode?
Yeah. Gimme.
What do you want to guess the first one is?
Kevin Conroy is Batman.
And next?
Ephraim Zimbalist
Nope.
Jr. Damn.
Remember, if someone else is in an episode, he usually gets credited before Alfred. Is in one scene.
Oh, oh God, Jim Gordon. What is the actor's name?
Bob
Hastings.
Yeah, there you go.
As Commissioner
Gordon. Not Commissioner Gordon this
just
time.
Gordon?
Just Gordon.
Okay, and then Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred.
Yep.
And then Pennywise the Clown as H.A.R.B.A.C.
Uh-huh.
And then a guy over like a McDonald's drive-through speaker as some lady.
Okay, who wasn't in this episode?
Yeah, it was weird that they credited her.
Yeah. A guy over some McDonald's drive-through as some lady. Yeah. Now William Sanderson as Carl Rossum, Jeff Bennett, Johnny Bravo as H.A.R.B.A.C, and Richard Mole as computer. All the ones we've had before.
Sweet.
I thought we were done with computer talks episodes, but I guess we weren't. It was this one.
You thought wrong, man.
I thought wrong, man.
Man.
Just like Batman thought wrong man at the start, he's like, I'm Batman. So yeah, they never explain that shit.
Yeah, they don't. About the fact that he has like the perfect memory of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
At least the personality and major points, like plot points of his life.
I guess like we don't know for sure that the duplicants from the other one episode didn't know all the things of those people, but they never had the chance to ever do or say anything that would let you think that.
But they didn't really even have that, like the personality. Like that was the thing with, with Gordon.
Like Bullock did.
Was that like, it was like, fine. Yeah, that's true. Bullock did have more of a like actual personality.
Yeah, I guess it's case by case basis. I don't know.
He would just.
But why would
better.
it know? Why did it know? Okay, it made a Batman robot, but it built it as Bruce Wayne, so it knows Batman's Bruce Wayne. But then it put it in a Batman costume.
Yep.
And he's naked under it, I guess. 'Cause his dickless naked robot body was lying there, and then the next time you see him, he's getting crated as Batman.
Yep.
Why did H.A.R.B.A.C. put him in a crate before, as he was exploding? This guy needs to go in a crate immediately.
Maybe it was an explosion-proof crate.
Oh, yeah. But not punch-proof.
No.
Or crowbar-proof.
Actually, that was an interesting thing, too. Like, why did it wait till the minute that the lid was almost off?
Yeah, I guess.
To punch out and activate.
Either it was off, like turned off, and their like commotion woke it up, or it was on that whole time and was just waiting for the most scary moment. I'm Batman, so I'm going to do a Batman thing, I guess.
Actually, that's a really good point. If he thought he was Batman,
he's just lying inside a crate. And why did he think he was in
the
there?
City from crime, but I'm just going to lie in this crate.
I think I'm a vampire now. I think I've gone full vampire. Just in a coffin. As soon as he burst out of the box, you immediately knew, like, oh, that's a robot Batman.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, we're going to get that fight that was deleted from the other episode.
Right.
And at first I thought, like, oh, man, you already figured it out, because for some reason I thought the episode was trying to trick you into thinking that Batman himself was, like, hiding in that box waiting for the thugs as if he knew they were coming or something.
Right.
But that you saw through it immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, the first half of this episode, up until you learn he's a robot, is going to be really boring and stupid for you. But then immediately the guy shoots him and he looks down and there's wires, and I'm like, oh, no, never mind. You just find out.
When was the last time that you watched this?
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Clearly I've forgotten several things from this episode. But
well, it's a good thing we're going through this and watching everything together.
It is, actually. I'm getting a refresher course on everything.
I can't wait for this to make it into a new Watchtower database video that I can't watch.
Yeah. I did notice a couple things about Batman's like character and the way that Kevin Conroy's voicing him in this episode that made me think, like, oh, we're eking toward thing I can't tell Brian.
Oh, really?
I just had to be like, well, I won't mention anything, I guess.
But you'll mention that you won't mention things.
Correct.
Nice.
What are you doing, man?
I'm sorry. I swear I'm paying attention. I just got a... What?
Girlfriend texting you?
No.
That's your hand and a knife. What are you doing?
I'm cutting a thing out of my hand that shouldn't be there, and I'm using a knife.
Is it a H.A.R.B.A.C. chip?
Yeah, it's a universal H.A.R.B.A.C. chip that is apparently able to go into every single device anywhere ever and just fit.
Batman's CD-ROM drive that he can stick the chip in. Yeah.
That was the thing. He had the little like spot in his forehead that he put the chip in. I'm like, oh, cool, that makes sense. He takes it out in like at the Bat computer, like puts it into something the size of like a VCR slot, and it works still. My thought was that's not how that works.
Oh, you mean
that's not how that works?
H.A.R.B.A.C.
That is what I mean.
I feel like the Bat computer that he punches and blows up and stuff, it wasn't even like the normal Bat computer. Like, it was like a smaller, in a different place in the Bat cave. Like, it was just his spare, his Bat computer B.
I don't know the B computer.
The Beat computer.
I don't know, but similarly, when they jumped off that first ledge and onto the second ledge, and like H.A.R.B.A.C. Batman like picks up some like ancient piece of huge gear and throws it. I'm like, first off, like, okay, yeah, homeboy's really strong. He like threw a like a forklift or whatever earlier.
Yeah.
But now he's just like ripping out this like, you know, this huge piece of equipment. And then I had the realization of like, well, is that something that he uses? Because it's like down a ledge There didn't seem to be anything else around. I'm like, what is this? His storage? Is that like where his like dot matrix printer is? Like what exactly were you experiencing?
What am I thinking of? It starts with an E, I think. A copier, but it's like a brand. You say it.
Epson?
No.
Are you thinking Xerox?
Xerox. That starts with an E.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got his Xerox machine and his printers and everything in a circle down there.
Yeah.
But then they jump down to an even lower ledge where Batman keeps his sword collection.
That's true. Maybe you should do a video about the layout of the Batcave.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Have you?
There's another episode that we won't get to for years, so you won't remember. But
okay.
There you see like the Bat boat where it like docks in the Batcave, and it's like thousands of feet down.
Oh.
And it's like, how do you access that in a timely manner without just jumping to your death? Like,
you just jump.
You don't, yeah.
you
just jump.
That's it. You just jump. That's how you access it.
At the end, when Batman pretends to fall, and then the other one kills itself, and then Alfred's like, Batman, where are you? Are you down there? And a flashlight turns on, and Batman's just like hanging from a flashlight that's sticking out of the wall. Was that a flashlight that Batman pulled out of his infinitely large utility belt and stabbed into the wall on his way down? Or was that already hanging there and he knew that, and why is it there?
The thing to me is it looked more like a pipe coming out of the rock or something that happened to have a flashlight, because the flashlight came straight up from the pipe.
Yeah. Maybe it's like when they were like terraforming or whatever the Batcave in the first place, they needed some like construction equipment.
So there's some construction lighting there.
Yeah, they just left it there.
Oh my god! I guess is that what they did?
And then I like how the day is saved. Batman's not actually dead. He shoots his grapnel like directly straight upward into the ceiling.
Yeah,
and it just kind of like tink into this, and then he just lets go and lets it pull himself. Like, what if it just fell out of the ceiling? Like, this isn't enough weight, or this is too much weight for me to handle right now. And Alfred just, oh shit, no, oh heaven,
Master, oh heaven. He was really on an oh heaven kick.
He was, yeah.
Oh my god, no, whoops, oh heaven.
I wanted to make sure that robot went to heaven.
Yeah, good point. Good job,
he has
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
We got tiny trivs, so I'll just give them to you.
Give me your trivs.
Creation of a Batman duplicate, part of a deleted scene at the ending of Heart of Steel Part 2, where the scene intact, it would not make canonical sense for it to be the same Robo-Batman. But it is the same Batman as explained in the flashback, except the events did not play out as the deleted scene would have, I suppose.
Multiverse.
He didn't fight the Batman then.
That's true. Okay, wait. So if that scene had gotten produced, would they have left this one in because he already would have destroyed Batman?
It makes me think that this episode probably wasn't in the plan until that scene got deleted. And they're like, let's just make it an episode, I guess.
That's a fair assessment. Is there anybody you can ask?
I have no confirmation. Yeah, I could ask Dan Reba, my friend Dan Reba that I talk to a lot.
Oh my god, you guys friends?
Yeah, we're friends.
Nice.
He's my best friend, you could say.
Oh, well.
He's replacing you on the podcast.
Damn. Well, you probably get better listenership, right?
Yeah, hopefully. The Batman duplicate's face being half destroyed by a chemical thrown at him is reminiscent of Two-Face's mainstream comics facial scarring instead of the DC animated universe and the film The Dark Knight, where an explosion causes the thing.
It's also very Terminator.
Two-Face. Yes.
Yeah, which came first?
Terminator.
Huh.
Chicken or the egg? I think the Two-Face comic book, like original origin has just like, hey, I'm a lawyer. I'm in the courtroom, and the guy on the witness stand is a piece of shit, and he threw some acid at my face, and I'm Two-Face now. Fuck. Versus the Harvey. No. Scene. And then lastly, questioning whether or not synthetic life forms have souls is a key part of the Philip K. Dick story, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Ridley Scott's 1982 film Blade Runner, based on the novel, features William Sanderson, Carl Rossum's voice actor, as a designer of androids named J.F. Sebastian, who has talked about this before. But it always comes back to Blade Runner, I guess.
All roads lead to Blade Runner.
Yes. Is that the title? Is that the name of the podcast?
No.
I like H.A.R.B.A.C.K better. Wait, so H.A.R.B.A.C.K is... what was the H in H.A.R.B.A.C.K?
Androids.
Do androids dream of electric chirp? God damn it! I can't remember already. Someone's screaming it at their
all people. You
Holographic. I would never have guessed this. Holographic analytical reciprocating digital computer, with digital, the A, and digital being the A.
Wait a minute. What was holographic?
I have no idea.
Not a thing was holographic.
No.
So why is it holographic? To just be
ARDAC. Yeah, and they didn't want ARDAC, I guess. I don't know. I don't know which came first, the name or the acronym.
What if it's a C for like computer? What is it?
Yeah, holographic analytical reciprocating digital computer.
Yeah, do it with a C for computer.
CARDAC?
Yeah.
Computer analytical reciprocating digital computer.
I think that's
How
better.
About Switch them.
You probably don't need the digital.
No.
Anyway.
Why was I thinking of that, though? Why was I asking that of myself?
I don't know right now, but you will know while you're editing this.
I sure will, and I'll be real pissed that I didn't say the thing I wanted to say.
I'll give you permission to cut it in if you want.
Let me think on it for a second.
Yeah, take a think.
Why was I thinking of what it was called? Oh, that's what it was. I was gonna if that's what HARDAC stands for, what does H.A.R.B.A.C.K stand for? Holographic analytical
back.
You think the answer to my riddle is buh?
Wait, what is that from?
That's the Small Boy Sunday Trousers Riddler Bad Man sketch.
Oh, right.
Is it helicopters? Okay, H.A.R.B.A.C.K stands for Helicopters Analytical Analytical Computer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. That's it for Tribs. What do we give Batman's usefulness in this episode? Which Batman are we talking about?
Let's talk about the robot Batman. Why not?
Robo Batman's robo usefulness.
Robo Batman's robo usefulness. You know what? He got stuff done. He basically didn't fail until he wanted to.
He hung those guys up way high. He's that's so high up.
He hung
Don't
him
do
up
that.
way high, and then he was all like, I'm going to find this thing and reprogram myself.
What was the thing he found on that guy's neck? I said it looked like a tiny stapler.
I think it was supposed to be not capacitor, a microchip. No.
Oh.
Yes? The long square thingies you put on a circuit board.
Okay. Because he just immediately, we're supposed to know as the audience, this tiny glove, that's part of Killer Croc's body. And he just pulls a little stapler off the guy's neck. I know what's going on now.
Wee tiny staplers.
Yeah. I got to stop this Batman doppelganger before he staples the world. He's going to collate so many copies in my Batcave Xerox machine.
Xerox, it starts with an E. I'm gonna give him.
That's their slogan.
I'm gonna give Robo Batman 7.8 Xeroxes that starts with an E out of 10.
Okay, you're not tiny staplers.
No, I was gonna save that one for you.
I'm gonna I'll give Robo Batman 8.0.
Wow.
No, yeah, I'll give Robo Batman 8.0. ABCDEFJK LMNO ZYQXPs.
You forgot
almost the
you forgot the dollar sign.
Sorry, out of 10.
ZW.
ZW, yeah, there you go. 8 ZWs. There was, every time we'd see her, like, it was distracting to the point of where, like, I was almost mad that you were, like, not listening to what was happening. Like, stop reading this shit, Brian.
It was really hard not to. It was flashing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, dollar.
Yeah,
E,
almost the
Z,
alphabet.
X, Z, G.
Not quite, yeah.
Hell of a thing.
Was there any cool light raps?
There was really good light in this one.
Yeah.
Like especially in the intro when you had like the criminals like walking in through the warehouse and they had the flashlights doing all the shit and then they had the lightning flashes on the minion symbol that was like turning the symbol to like negative as it flashed. Mm-hmm. They did good light things.
We got also when Batman Robo punches the Robo computer. Robo flashes like a skeleton face for like 2 frames where it's just like he's all black and the computer's all white and then it explodes. That was cool and anime-ish and neat.
It's
Batman
so neat.
had his like hooky beak nose this whole episode.
He did hooky beak nose.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Except the shot that I noticed it the most, some side profile where it was really long, and then immediately Robo Batman's walking toward him holding up the forklift, and it's a really low angle where you would think if he also had the beak nose, you could just see his entire nose underneath, but you couldn't see any of it. And I was like, what the heck, Dong Yang?
It's like the old the plague doctor masks.
Yeah.
Where it's a whole leather beak.
Yeah, it's just an entire bird on his head. He is Harvey Birdman. Okay, we have quite the number of emails this week, so I'm going to get through these as quick as I can, all right?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Wait, first of all, though, is it books or hip-hop?
Hip-hop.
Yeah, okay. Because, it's more hip-hop is why.
Yeah, that's why.
That's the reason, yeah.
Hit me with your best shot.
Fire away. This is, let's see, where do these start? Because
they start at the beginning.
I forgot to erase the ones from last time. Okay, so Super Luigi 64's voice message last time, and I said, like, oh, don't say the name his Silicon Soul in the voice message. You'll spoil for Brian what the next one's called. He gets more time to think about it. Like, don't do that.
Uh-huh.
But then I looked in my junk mail after we finished the episode, and I had an email that had gone to junk for some reason from Super Luigi 64. My Yoppie voicemail ends on a slight spoiler. I submitted a Yoppie voicemail through Anchor, but accidentally ended on a Terminator joke that's a slight spoiler for his Silicon Soul that I meant to use next time. Just a heads up, feel free to either postpone it or just cut it off when I start to talk about the next episode. Stay Yoppie.
Oh.
a little late on my end, but that's okay.
Damn that junk mail.
Scotty Cameron, Seringnal Jokernosile, and our new Batman's a robot. So it was the fact that the animation department at ACOM was trapped in a maze with reverse bear traps on their heads, and they had to get the key to unlocking those traps from the Jokernosile. That was unsettling. I see. As for the Joker's wild, boy, the animation is wild. When I watched it, I noticed just how the Joker's face animation felt overly contorted and unnatural at times. You know what I forgot to do?
What'd you forget to do?
I just jumped right into it,
That's your thing for the day.
That yacht had one small extra yacht put it over.
There's the mail I already started because I'm a fucking idiot, but here's the rest of the mail right now. I never thought of Kaiser as a Trumpian figure when watching this episode, but now I'm starting to see the comparisons. I did love the interaction between Ivy and Joker at the beginning, and then seeing him gamble with Bruce Wayne. I would like to point out that in Be a Clown, Batman recognized the Joker's giggle when he left Jordan Hill's birthday party, so all it would take for Batman to notice the Joker is all you'd have to do is overhear the Joker cackle.
Ooh.
Come to think of it, that's how Batman noticed the Joker after he was beating random gamblers by cheating. With his Silicon Soul, I must say it's interesting to see a deleted scene from Heart of Steel Part 2 could manifest into an entire episode. I wonder if any criminal fighting the duplicate Batman thought to themselves, our new Batman's a robot. I mean, he did have a hole in his stomach throughout the episode. Maybe they just thought he's always been... Those guys just went to jail, and they just get to live the rest of their lives thinking Batman is a robot.
Oh, weird.
You're not human. I also love that the duplicate Batman was just found in the basement of a Cybertron warehouse and just awoke out of nowhere. Did H.A.R.B.A.C.K have a Batman in his basement during the entirety of Heart of Steel? It's funny people mention the episode of SpongeBob Crabborg when it came to Heart of Steel, because now I'm envisioning a version of this episode where Robin thinks Batman is a robot and Alfred's trying to get Robin to snap out of it. Now tell me, Master Dick, does Master Bruce look anything like that? Alfred, lastly, I do like that we see Rossum return and that we see what he's up to after Cybertron was destroyed. He'll make other appearances through the DCAU in similar situations to where he is in his Silicon Soul.
Oh my god, I can't wait for him to be a cabbage farmer.
Yeah, my cabbages, as the robot was chucking cabbages into a basket. Finally, speaking of Batman The Adventures Continue, just recently got the trade paperback of Season 1 at a vintage stock and have begun reading, and I'm really digging it. Anyway, stay yoppy.
Nice.
Yeah, watch our videos on the issues now that you're actually reading it. Good job. This is from Scarloey1, who, as we know, of course, is from Australia. Crikey, it's so yoppy. G'day. I hope I used that right. Yoppie mates, this week I have 2 things to say. Firstly, I finished my GED in the last week.
Yeah!
Nice job! Secondly, I like a nice long Yoppie Mail. Anyway, stay yoppy, mates. I don't. I'm trying to keep it shorter.
Well, thanks for writing from all the way down under there, Scarloey.
Yeah, thank you. That's very nice of you. I'm realizing that the joke here in contemplations of the week is that there's an N in parentheses between C-O and T, so like tip-tapper-cot. Mm-hmm. So it's contemplations.
Oh, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie. It's tip-tapper-cot.
Oh, Jamie.
All right, here we go. The contemplations of the week on his Silicon Soul.
Nice.
Yeah.
I really like this episode. I think it is a look into some of the very smart and serious storytelling the Batman the Animated Series and the DCAU as a whole can do and does in the future. I really like the moral idea of like how AIs who think that they are a person can find themselves or develop. And I like the arc that it has overall. I think, though, that it is very held back by its runtime and its placement in the air date order, because so close after the previous H.A.R.B.A.C. episode, you don't really get the same, like, sense of something from a long time ago coming back to, like, be relevant again, and it just sort of feels like, oh, we already kind of did this, you know?
Yeah.
But overall, it's such a fun episode, and I also really liked the animation. Just one specific point that stuck out to me was when Batman like stepped on the glass of the broken greenhouse and it like cracked under his foot. Good stuff, and I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts. The
greenhouse that was both giant and person-sized with load-bearing glass, as you said. Oh no, it's load-bearing glass as it starts collapsing.
I was rather pleased with that, actually.
Well, they smashed through a
like a beam
first. I dream of beams. How could I not remember? And you're like, I hope that's not a load bear. And then everything starts shaking. You're like, oh, it is. But then it didn't fall down until the glass shattered. And they're like, oh no, it's load bearing glass. I agree though that this episode probably could have been better as like a 2-parter, but I don't know where it could have like cliffhangered. Like maybe you find out he's a robot at the end of part 1, and you have to do a whole episode where you don't know that it's a robot. I guess you couldn't do that opening scene with him bursting out of the crate or something. I don't know.
That'd be tough.
I don't know. Tip Tapper Cut also sent 2 more emails that have an attachment that is the exact same amount of kilobytes large, and I think it's the same thing 3 times. But good job trying to make sure that you got your thing on the podcast. It worked the first time. But
nice.
I get it. I would have done the same thing. Keen Machine, his Silicon Soul. Greetings from Keen Machine. I always wondered who would win, Brainiac or H.A.R.B.A.C. Both want to destroy humanity, but for different reasons. Would they battle it out or work together? Maybe somebody already mentioned this. I can't remember now. The crossover that wasn't meant to be. Some keen thoughts await.
Greetings, James and Brian.
Greetings.
Have you ever wondered what is in your local cyber warehouse down the street? Well, don't, because your curiosity may lead to the downfall of humanity and other important lessons I learned from Batman. This episode reminds me of the age-old adage, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw robots into a midlife crisis. I mean, seriously, Rossum, if the guy's just going to short-circuit in like an hour, just play along. Really proud of Alfred's relentless efforts during this episode, though. Thank heavens he was there to help. Well, I suppose I better wrap it up quickly since James' new rule went into effect. Goodbye for now, and keep it...
This message may have been altered to fit the original allotted time. Of course, this notification may have surpassed the originally allotted time for which this time was originally allotted.
I love these. These are so good. I'm so glad we have such fun listeners.
Me too. My God. Thanks for that, Keen Machine.
You had a face of, oh, that's a good point, whenever he said the thing about, you could have just waited it out, Rossum, until he just died.
Yeah. Just like looking at it like, oh, well, I think you're about to die, and I can clearly see what's going wrong here. You should have been like, you know what? You're right. I think I have something in the house, Batman. Why don't you come in and take a nap?
Yeah. Looks like you're, no, you're totally fine there. You'd want to just pull on those wires real hard, yank them out. You don't need them.
Those aren't exactly load-bearing wires. Just give them a good tug.
Yeah. Press them right to this glass. Put them in this puddle on the ground I got by my cabbages.
Yeah, just really dip them deep
right
into the
up.
cabbage puddle.
No, you are Bruce Wayne in a robot body. How we can get you back out of there is if you tie those wires together and then stick them in the fireplace, wrap them around your neck and pull real tight.
You see, what we have to do, Batman, is we have to get you out of the robot body. So we're just going to disintegrate this and then put you into a new consciousness. You'll be fine.
You just got to rip your face open and grab your brain out. That's where your brain lives. This is from Aussie Dragoon on his Silicon Soul. A minute is too short, Aaron's dad.
What up, what up? I decided to finally bite the bullet and try out this whole
You're not
voice messaging
Australian?
thing. So it's time for Aussie Dragoon's audio message, or Aussio for short. Maybe, I don't know, I'm still workshopping it. Let me know your thoughts and feedback.
Awesome.
So, AD and Braden, let's talk about his Silicon Soul, aka H.A.R.B.A.C.K, is all about branding. And because through the process of recording this, I realized just how short a minute truly is, let's jump straight into questions I had. Like, why did Alfred activate gas to stop the replicant when he already knew it was a robot?
Fair.
Why did the replicant ask where H.A.R.B.A.C was only to just immediately go there seemingly unprompted?
Plot device.
Why did Bruce need the replicant to lead him to H.A.R.B.A.C when asking where H.A.R.B.A.C was brought was apparently an option the whole time? And why, when he threw acid on the replicant's face, did he react to that, but not to when it was being shot or cleaved with a broadsword from the classic Batman crate of swords?
Also plot device.
Yeah, lots of plot devices.
It
didn't feel that way in the episode. Like I was like, I'm going along with this, whatever. But yeah, when you pointed out like, you're not Australian, what the hell, man? Why is your name Aussie?
He's doing a really good.
Oh yeah. Whoa, you're holding a food that says Aussie Bites on it.
I am. I just realized.
Dang.
I
had to read it.
I'm starting to realize that our listeners are probably smarter and more aware than us.
Yeah, they're paying more attention to the episode.
Yeah.
And not the mixed up alphabet on the screen.
Why does it go straight from J to the $sign?
I think I'm going to give Alfred the benefit of the doubt of never having fought a robot before and not knowing that gas wouldn't work on it, I guess. Like, he's not seen a sci-fi movie like the episode is.
What were the other options in that board?
Yeah, it had, like, light and gas or something like that. It was the same button, though. It was, like, above and below the same button.
It's just,
I can't see what I'm doing. Let me turn the light. Oh, no!
I thought it's just like the utilities for the Bat-Cave.
Yeah.
It's like he's got like a hot water
garbage button.
He's got a sewage button.
Water. Sewage button. This is from Super Luigi 64, aka Do Bat Droids Dream of Electric Penguins?
Hey guys, Super Luigi 64. Hi. Sorry about the spoiler last time. I meant to do that next time. Which is this time.
Oh, good.
Spoil it.
It's Judgment Day in Gotham as a routine robbery accidentally leads to a rise of the machines, but salvation comes in the form of the Batman, who's hoping to trace this threat to its genesis and avoid a dark fate. All this and more tonight on the Some Lady Chronicles.
Good shit. Jordan Blumen, GCN/musical minute, all in one voice message, and also only half the length of a normal one voice message. So we'll find out what this is all about.
Welcome to GCN, Gotham City News with Jack Ryder. Tonight's top story, pretty quiet night as far as the general public is concerned. Batman stopped some thugs last night and a greenhouse fell down, I think. That's it. Now for the musical minute. I don't have many thoughts on this because it's been a very hectic week, but the Batman theme played with a couple of the notes wrong for the synthetic Batman, and I thought that was pretty cool. Hope you guys are having a good week. I'm not, but see you guys.
Stop having bad weeks, Jordan.
Jordan, we're gonna have to just stop. We're gonna have to Jordan. The weeks
Robo.
that are bad are gonna have to not be bad, and but
there you go. Week is better now. Your week has become good.
We can fix everything with a soundboard. So
yeah,
shoot, Jordan. I hope
whenever Jordan's like, my week was bad, I go, that's not how that works. And then I say, I say,
here's the mail.
I don't know. So I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry you're having a bad time. Stop it.
But thanks for like participating anyway. You know, like way to show up.
I didn't notice that thing about the Batman music, and that's a cool.
No,
thing.
I didn't either. Now I want to go see.
Yeah, I want to go watch part of it.
Yet another point of our listeners being better at this than we are.
I'm picking it up. I really like the title of this one. This is from Dylan Pollock. It can be difficult dealing with a hard ack. You ought to know by now.
It's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on his silicone soul, or his electrical essence, or his mechanical model, or his technological type, or his metal model. Okay.
Wow.
So I gotta do this real quick because they say now that I have less time, there's only one message, so I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Good luck to Carl explaining why the greenhouse is trash and having anyone believe it. Who's gonna believe there were two Batman and they fought each other and the robot Batman saves me? Nobody's gonna believe that. Definitely a couple seconds after Batman gets shot to, I guess, death by like a criminal, that kids were traumatized real quick, just a little itty bitty. And poor existential Batman robot. Batman. Oh no, I messed it up. Poor existential Batman robot. I don't have time. No time to record a new message. This episode does iRobot better than iRobot did, and with 100% less Shia LaBeouf. That's great. Bat-Duplicant brings a whole new meaning to finger guns, doesn't he? Get it? Because he shot stuff out of his fingers. Question of the week. Here's the question of the week. Jim's favorite part. I don't know. There's not enough time. Does pineapple belong on pizza? And what's it like living in a state with trash pizza? Do you guys even care about pizza? I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat some pizza. I gotta go.
Trash pizza?
No, Dylan is right. Dylan is right. Trash pizza. Okay, hold on. First off, Inspector Gadget. He has Inspector Gadget
the
fingers.
finger guns.
Finger guns.
Pew pew.
Trash pizza. Dylan, it sucks. As a former resident, as a native East Coaster, the pizza on the West Coast is garbage. And unfortunately, Californians, Oregonians, probably Washingtonites, don't know that it's garbage. And I paid $23 for a not like what could be considered a small pizza at this bougie kind of like it's an old church that was converted to a bar as well as like some like fooderies kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
It's called the Public House, and it's in Springfield, Oregon, which is not here.
No, it's not.
Anyway, I paid $23 for a pizza at the Public House because the dude who was making the pizza was from New York.
Oh.
And it was the best pizza I've had on the West Coast, and I'm absolutely going back to pay $23 for a vegetarian pizza because I miss East Coast pizza.
We can drive however long it takes to get there from Big Bus. When next I am there, and we can eat it together.
That sounds like a plan, actually. Let's do that.
What do they do differently with pizza in Yorkshire that they don't do here?
Yorkshire?
The newest Yorkshire.
New
York.
Oh my God! You mean New Amsterdam?
Dork. Yeah.
You know, you kind of just have to be in New York and have the pizza to realize how bad it is everywhere else.
Is it just the way that the guy shouts at you when he delivers it is different, and it just puts you in the right mood?
No, it's like the type. I don't know.
There's your fucking pizza, and you go.
It's like,
oh, this is so good, so much better.
It's the fact that you could go like to any place in New York, and like also go online and look up the Pizza Belt. There's like an infographic about the Pizza Belt, which is a place where you can go in to any pizzeria and get a good pizza. And there's an area around it called the Greater Pizza Belt, which you have like a 75% chance of getting a good pizza. And then there's the rest of the United States.
Do the Pizza Belt and Bible Belt intersect at any point?
Not at all.
That's where the church pizza place is that you were describing.
No, anyway, I could go on about this, but we should probably talk about Batman and not pizza.
Yeah, I guess so. This is incoming H.A.R.B.A.C. 2.0 message from H.A.R.B.A.C.
Wait, did we answer? No.
No, pineapple goes on pizza.
Absolutely.
Hey, Yoppie dudes. You have finally reached the best H.A.R.B.A.C. episode. I hope you enjoy it. See how perfectly I created that duplicate Batman. Now you'll see how perfectly I can create a duplicate Aaron's dad. As you listen to this, the duplicate will arrive at the location of your recording session and take Aaron's dad without alerting Brick. Then the duplicate will finish hosting the show. However, the duplicate will spoil the rest of the DCAU and force the Watchtower database to surrender the hosting position to Dylan Pollock. With Dylan hosting the show, my purpose will be served. Now I will post Justice League Unlimited spoilers in the comments before Maddie deactivates me.
Hey, James, why are your eyes glowing red?
Wait, hang on. There's someone at the door.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, hello? Wait, Brian, it looks just like me.
What?
Wait, he's...
Sorry, I'm looking away.
No, wait, stop! No, ah! 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 Hello, Brian. I am back to do the podcast.
Awesome. James, why are your eyes red?
I'm high. The joke was immediately over. Good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for sending voice messages and adhering to the new Yoppie rules, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry to have to enforce them in such a manner, but, you know, it is what it is, right?
I don't know.
We got to have a shorter podcast. We're not doing our best to do so this time, but there were a lot of one voice message this time, so I'm going to be very selective about the comments on the Podtower. Regardless of whether or not I read your comment, I still read them all in real life, and you should definitely leave some comments on this episode so that YouTube may push it to the H.A.R.B.A.C. YouTube algorithm robots, and we can get more views and stuff. Okay?
Okay.
Hardak says Justice League Unlimited spoilers in the comments. He did what he said he would. Ashley Tutchin, do you think Joker's Wild would have been better if the Joker had been less obvious in his anger? Perhaps he actually appears to be flattered by the casino's homage to him. With Mr. Casino Man, I can't be bothered to double-check his name, growing increasingly frustrated by Mr. J not taking the bait. Then at the end there would have been a dark tonal shift as we find out the Joker really was furious all along, and he proceeds to get some bloody off-screen retribution as laughter and screams close out the episode. On the positive side, it was fun seeing Bruce Wayne interact with the Joker, since that's so rarely seen. I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. It's definitely up there on my list of favorites.
Nice.
We didn't decide whether this episode goes on the top 10. Do you put it on the top 10?
I realized that. And you know what? Like, it's high up there, but it's not going to make it for me.
Yeah, same. It's not my number 10 right now is I Am the Night, and I don't think it's better than that.
Yeah, that's what I went to look at mine as well. Mine is Perchance to Dream, and I'm like, probably not.
We're at a point where an episode has to be really good to bump,
which is great.
Off.
Also, hey, can you refresh the comments really quick?
Okay. Brian Maneely says last. Good. Thank you.
Nice. I just wanted to comment.
Banana Man says okay.
Okay.
Maddie Washburn, zombies ate my neighbor's fucking rules.
Yeah.
And I had to look up Steven from Jason Lives, and I gotta say, what an obscure character. Don't even recognize him. Here's the entirety of his wiki page. Stephen Halifax is a character in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. He is the boyfriend of Annette Edwards. They are both killed with a machete by Jason Voorhees. He is his 45th victim. A man whose entire life was defined by his relationship to another character. I noticed KM changed their username to KM.
What?
So, congratulations. You decided that your own name was not worth because I'm not going to try to read it anymore.
Oh my!
I'm sorry about that.
God, I never got to see what it actually was.
Caramel Mossman.
I mean, I wanted to see it.
Brian, I think you will love Infinity Train. It's really similar to all those shows you love, but James hasn't seen. Unfortunately, Cartoon Network canceled it after season 4, but I would say first 3 seasons kind of finished the first story arc. Every season takes place on the same place, but each season tells a different story, kind of like an anthology.
Oh.
It's on my list, so we'll watch it.
Yeah, Maddie also sent me a message on Instagram being like, you gotta go watch it, and I had some ridiculous all caps reply.
I was also hopeful that Maddie had listened to the last episode in time to leave a "Who is the Jason Lives" character comment, so I'm glad that made it.
Nice. Writer
of this episode, Marty Eisenberg, tells S&P interfered with script of this episode. The last line of this episode originally started with, "He had a soul, Alfred." S&P thought soul was a religious word, and people might get offended by this line.
Whoa.
So he evaded censorship by making it a question. That's why we hear, "Could it be it had a soul, Alfred?" I think that's one of the most stupid censorship cases ever. For things even more absurd, Alex Hirsch, creator of Gravity Falls, recently shared some of his interactions with S&P on Twitter. I think you two would love those. I saw the video of that, actually. He posted a thing, like, recapping some of the stuff.
What?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Also,
it's just like emails to and from broadcast standards and practices where they're like, please remove use of this like ridiculously nothing word, and he'll just write back like, no, basically like, I'm not doing that kind of a thing.
Gravity Falls, Alex Hirsch.
Yeah,
there's a special place in my heart for that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen it yet. I haven't actually finished it or hung it up because I need to just literally like lacquer the thing, but I made a replica of the weather vane from the Mystery Shack with like the question mark and the what letters around the outside.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't seen Gravity Falls?
No.
Oh my God.
And you said replica. I was waiting for a spot to say, you mean duplicant? And that was the joke.
Replicant.
No, I haven't watched it. Replicant. Nick Sorensen, Yop Tower Database. They're ripping us off. We'll protest. We'll sue. And I will, too. Yeah, I didn't forget about that whole thing that came up with the podcast a while back. The animation for this episode did always stand out to me as being particularly ACOM-ish, especially with Joker's face getting notably off-model when he has Batman on the giant roulette wheel. Brian should be happy to know that there should be only one more ACOM-produced episode after this one.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So expect the animation quality of the DCAU shows to keep looking more consistent going forward as the crew begins to rely more on other studios like TMS, Tokyo Movie Shinsha. But first, a dog drinks milk out of his owner's mouth. Yuck, 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 yuck. That was on that TV that Joker's flipping through. Dylan Pollock. If you guys haven't seen Enemy Mine, I highly recommend it. Brian knows zombies ate my neighbors. You just went up a notch in my book. That puts you at notch 1.
Oh.
At what movie is that from for $1 bajillion? Disclaimer, no binding bajillion is made up and will not be given.
Wait, what?
Let me read. You got to use better punctuation, Dylan. I don't know what the hell you're saying sometimes. You just went up a notch in my book. That puts you at notch 1.
Oh.
What movie is that for $1 bajillion? Disclaimer, no binding bajillion is made up and it will not be given.
I feel like I've heard that, but I don't know where.
I don't know. Also to Jordan saying he'd survive Lego Batman because when you die, you're just put back together. Yes, you'll survive, but I believe you'd literally be experiencing one of Dante's circles of hell. And lastly, how the hell do you know zombies ate my neighbors, but you don't know the Terminator theme? That's a very good point. I don't know.
Weird cross-section of experiences.
Mark Aquino, I feel like number 2. Oh, man. Because Scarloey was first. Yeah, you wish you were me. Batgirl Fangirl said I was so close, but did not leave a review comment of her own. Batgirl Fangirl, what are you doing? I'm going to assume she gave us 5 stars and 5 hard 5
Joker this
No, she did that last time.
Oh.
This is for H.A.R.B.A.C. time.
Robo.
Oh
God, tiny staplers.
There we go. Yeah, she'll know what's up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. That's a podcast. You can find us on the Podtower YouTube channel or your favorite podcast app.
Yeah,
every Friday. Every Friday. That's a reference that only one person listening to this will understand. This is if you'd like to, you know how I say things at the end of the episode. It goes like this. If you'd like to reach out to us at the fire hand at the end of the Cat and the Claw Part 2, you can send an email, podcast@watchtowerdatabase.com, or you could send a voicemail on anchor.fm/Bat-Wagon. Comma, jump on the. Don't do that. Commas don't go in URLs. And that's a wrap.
Wow. We wrapped that.
Wrap.
Is it time to wrap?
It's time to wrap.
Okay. What song are we rapping?
I'll give you a beat.
Arnold.
Robot. Robot Batman.
I don't think
he's a robot.
You're more like almost
he looks like Batman.
Rapping.
Yeah, he's a really, really robot. He's a robot. He looks like Batman because he's like the. Hey, H.A.R.B.A.C.K, shut up!
Jamie, you're 1 in a million.
So I've been told.
Which means that there's like
1 in a bajillion.
Wait, a million? How many people? There's like there's like 8 billion people on the planet now.
Sure.
So
the next episode is called Off Balance. What do you think this one's about?
Off balance. Balance. Who would balance? Why would they balance?
Why would
What's
they
off balance? Money? Is it a money like balance like a bank account?
And something's off. I don't know.
Is it just an entire episode of looking at my bank balance on an ATM and then me crying?
And you just go off. So pissed.
Actually, that sounds about right. My car insurance is about to come out, and I'm going to be pissed.
Patreon money came in yesterday, and it was like, oh, thank God for all of us. So thanks if you support us on Patreon, patreon.com/DCAU Watchtower. Check it out. Brian doesn't get any of it.
No, I sure don't.
I mean, Brian gets all of it if that's why you want to donate.
So
goodbye.
So to donate to the Brian Donation Fund, just click on the link on the screen. On your screen, just click on your phone and give me money.
Whatever link's there, it'll give money to Brian.
Sweet.
Eventually, that's how it works, I think.
Yeah, nice. All right, listener.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
The episode is over now. Install chip into your pee poo poo hole.
I can't tell if you're actually done recording or not.
I have not hit stop. And now I have.
It would appear, sir, that it preferred to sacrifice itself rather than allow innocent lives to come to harm. Somewhat like you.
It seems it was more than wires and microchips after all. Could it be it had a soul, Alfred? A soul of silicon. But a soul, nonetheless.